Yes, he likes it. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the June 10th legislative meeting, Town of Ossining. Join me to rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Councilmember Meyer,
Present.
Councilmember Manicchio,
Here.
Councilmember Filterwheel,
Here.
Councilmember Weins,
Present.
Supervisor Feldman.
Here.
Public hearing, approval of cable television franchise renewal agreement between the Town of Ossining and Cablevision of Ossining LP. We don't see anybody in the public. Do we have anybody online that would like to speak in the public hearing?
So this will be the first of two cable franchises. We'll do this one in Optimum coming up. Great.
So this actually is the Optimum
Oh,
one.
this is-
The
it's the
board
I'm
already-
sorry.
The board already approved the Verizon one.
All right.
So
The second one of two.
this is the second. So
Okay.
what we're
Good
trying
idea.
to do is have the two contracts mirror each other
Skip.
substantively and also
Should I say it?
and also be consistent with what the Village of Ossining is doing because there's so much overlap between how the two municipalities operate. So I have been in communication with the attorney for Optimum. And we are going to, now that Verizon is approved, we are going to start working on fleshing out the language. When we called for the public hearing, I don't think we anticipated it would take this long. So what I would recommend for this board, so as to avoid continuing the piecemeal process, is to put this over the public hearing to your July 8th meeting. And at that point, I think we'll be in a position well before that, have a draft contract before you and before the public so that we can have the actual public hearing and hopefully close it that night if the board is so inclined.
Okay, so tabled until July 8th.
Yeah, if we could just do that by motion. Motion to adjourn the public hearing to July 8th.
So moved. Again.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're gonna move in the departmental report from Superintendent Enrique Bill Garrison for another time. Supervisor and town board announcements.
Okay, the town has completed the paving and curb work on Quail Hollow Road and Pheasant Ridge. We extend our thanks to Paul Fraioli, Pete Connolly, our DPW, and everyone else who helped this project come to fruition. It came out great, and we fixed the drainage and everything. All right. We would like to congratulate singer-songwriter and Ossining resident KJ Denher, who was recently honored for the Black Women's History Month and recognized for her outstanding work in the community and the state. Senator Harcum also recognized Michael G. O'Connor. He was inducted into the New York State Senate Veterans Hall of Fame because of his lifelong community volunteerism and the significant impact he has had on the lives of our community, and I couldn't agree with that more. Friday, June 13th, Westchester Collaborative Theater will be hosting a stand-up comedy night featuring 3 New York City-based stand-up comedians. For more information or to get tickets, visit wcttheater.org. Bethany Arts Community will be hosting the Big Playdate event on Saturday, June 14th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. This event is specifically tailored to children 0 to 3 years old and their caregivers. Enjoy activities and the grounds of the Bethany Arts Community. The Hudson River Music Festival is scheduled for this Saturday, June 14th at Croton Point Park. There will be a ton of musical guests, family-friendly activities, including yoga, floating fish parades, activism workshops, and much more, including mom support, a whole tent for mom support. For more information or to get tickets, visit hudsonrivermusicfestival.com. This year's Portugal Day will be held at St. Anne's Church from 12 p.m. to 11 p.m. on Saturday, June 14th. Enjoy live music, traditional food, folklore, groups, and more. Next Thursday, June 19th, is the 2025 Juneteenth Family Reunion, starting at 12 p.m. at Bethany Arts Community. In addition to the live music, dancing, and children's activities, the first 100 guests will enjoy a free food experience. Hungry on the Hudson Restaurant Week, run by the Chamber and Ossining Restaurants, will be running from June 20th to the 29th. Many of our local businesses will be participating in this culinary journey throughout Ossining, including restaurants and other local organizations. For more information, visit hungryonhudson.com. Westchester Power will be holding an information session on June 25th at 6 p.m. in the Ossining Public Library. Visit sustainablewestchester.org for more information. Westchester County and Sustainable Westchester are teaming up to bring you the Clean Energy Job Fair. Meet clean energy employers, explore job opportunities, and connect with educational institutions on Wednesday, June 18th at the Westchester County Center from 2 to 6 p.m. For more information, please visit sustainablewestchester.org. Ossining Union Free School District Summer Food Program will be starting soon. Free breakfast and lunch for anyone under 18 years old from July 1st through August 15th. Please visit the Ossining Union Free School District website for more information. Ossining Summer Camp registration is open. Camp runs from June 30th through August 8th. For more information regarding prices and registration, please visit thevillageofossining.org. Remember that Neighbors Link is a great resource of information and community resources for our immigrant population. Please visit their website, www.neighborslink.org. And for informational webinars, click resources click resources. The New York State Attorney General has released a list of resources with the goal of protecting the rights of New Yorkers, regardless of immigration status. For more information, please visit ag.ny.gov/resources/individuals/immigrants-rights. As always, our Ossining Public Library will be hosting many events, including movies, crafts, meditation, tutoring, yoga, book clubs, and more. Please see their website, ossininglibrary.org, for more information. And the Loft LGBTQ+ Community Center has events, programs, and resources and presentations, all dedicated to providing support to everyone who is a part of the LGBTQ+ community, including many virtual and in-person support groups and clubs for a multitude of different topics, as well as many events going on this month for Pride Month. So please check out their website at loftgaycenter.org for more information. And for more fun and interesting events being held locally, you can look at the supervisor's update on the supervisor's webpage. Any of my colleagues have any?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we're gonna go back to the departmental report. Superintendent of Recreation, Bill Garvison, please. You see him, he's online.
Hi, Bill.
Hello, good evening, everyone. How are you?
Good. Thank
Good.
you for joining us.
Oh, thank you. So we're in a real exciting and busy time right now. This is our busy time of the year. We got so many activities going on at the community center and in our parks that are coming up over the summer. The biggest thing we got going on right now is our camp that's going to start in less than 3 weeks. We have over 600 campers. We're going to be utilizing the town parks at Ryder and Lewis Angle Park. And I always say this every year, but it's good to point out, we are the biggest youth employment agency in the village and town of Ossining. We have over 100 youth that are working for us at these summer camps. So not only are we dealing with 600 campers, but we also have 100 teens that are working for us at these different camps, giving them their first work experience. So it is a win-win situation all along for the summer camp. We have some construction going on at the recreation center, the community center. We are just started our roof project. It's been a little bit delayed because of all the rain that we've had. This was a project not related to the DRI or the total renovation and work that we're going to be doing inside the community center. This was a different type of project that we're going to be doing, where we're getting a new roof for the community center, as well as a new ventilation system as well for the community center as well. So this was a project that's been much needed for a long time. We got a few leaks going around. The HVAC needs to be updated. So we're very happy to get this project up and going. If we don't get any more rain, we should be done by the end of this month. If not, it's going to roll over a little bit, but we're optimistic that we're going to get this project done. We are real busy renting the picnic areas at Lewis Engle Park, as well as the pavilions in the town parks. And these are becoming very popular. More and more, we probably get requests each and every day for these different types of rentals. And people really enjoy the picnic areas down at Lewis Engle and the pavilions. And it's just been really busy. I think it's probably, from what I've seen, and I think I've been here 8 years now, probably one of the busiest reservations, early reservations going on for the summer. So kind of excited about that as well, to see what's going on. Let's see what else we got here. Our new programs, I think I talked about this. Whoops, sorry. The last time that we spoke were we had new aquatics programs going on in the pool, where we're doing aqua cycle, aqua combat. These programs are really successful. We're going to be offering them again throughout the summer. As you can imagine, our pool becomes very, very popular in the summertime with open swim. Plus, the camp uses it 4 days a week. And we also continue our senior swim programs that are going on as well. Lastly, we're looking forward to the River Jam, which is going to be starting in just about 3 weeks with our July 3rd, our annual 4th of July celebration, and working with the Chamber of Commerce and getting that set up, working to get all the food vendors and the documents that they are required to provide. The bands are all set up. The sound guy is all set up. So we're looking for a rain-free Friday evenings from July 3rd on. So that's what we could all hope for. And that's what I have for my report. So I'm, can take any questions that anybody might have.
How's the summertime programming at the Cedar Lane Arts Center? What does that look like?
Oh, so yeah, we have so camp runs from June 30th through whatever that Friday is, August 8th. And then there's 3 weeks left in the summer. So we provide a lot of different type of programming. We have a summer playground programming. We have a kayak camp that's going to be going on at Lewis Engle Park. And as well as some summer camp type of art programs going on Cedar Lane. And that's always popular and that's filling up. There are still spots for those activities and those programs, so they can be found on our website.
Okay. And then there's a community sailing program for people interested in, people that know how to sail or interested in kind of a sharing boat situation that's run through mainly the town. That boat is housed at the Ossining Boat and Canoe Club. And we have our community garden, which I think has a wait list, right?
Yeah, the community garden always sells out, and we do have a wait list, and we do have some people who have given up their plots, and some new folks that have been on the wait list for a couple of years that have now moved in. So that's nice to see. That's a great program. It's people really enjoy that. If you ever get a chance when you're over at Cedar Lane, just to go behind the Art Center and take a look inside the community garden there, and lots of flowers and vegetables, and really nice to see.
Behind a nice deer-proof fence.
Yes, yeah, no deer or woodchucks going in there.
And we are expecting our new pickleball courts to be ready probably at the end of July, I believe.
Right. Yeah. So if you've been over to Ryder Park, you can see that work has been done next to the two existing tennis courts. We've putting in what we're calling our multi-sports court, which is going to have a basketball court, combination volleyball court, along with three pickleball courts and a batting cage.
Hold on.
What happened?
We lost one of our TVs. Hang on for just a moment.
Sure.
Back,
But we can hear him in a second.
back on.
We
this
got
one,
another
Jesse.
TV. Oh, that one came back. Good. All right. You should
All
be
right.
back. There you go. You're
You
back.
good? So
Mhm.
the multi-sports court is right next to the two tennis courts that are over at Ryder, which those tennis courts are going to be resurfaced. Retreated and fixed the surface of the courts, not resurfaced, but they're going to be fixed with the cracks. And then the new multi-sports court, which is going to be a combination basketball court, volleyball court, along with three pickleball courts and a batting cage. We were looking to pave this week, so hopefully we can still make that happen over there.
They've been
the-
paving. They were paving yesterday.
Oh, they were? Okay, good to know. It's just with the rain, it makes it a little bit more difficult. And we have to wait, once the paving is done, we have to wait about 20 to 30 days for the oil to come out of the asphalt before we can paint the surfaces and do the lining. So although the courts will be available at the end of this week, they will not be lined or ready to play pickleball. So we're looking for that kind of midsummer, sometime along that line, for those courts to be available. And I know a lot of people who play pickleball at the community center are very interested in that, because we now will have those three courts, and we have three other opportunities on the tennis courts, which gives the town 6 different pickleball courts, which is people are very excited about.
Okay. And people could still reserve for tennis if they want also, right?
Yes, so we still have it. I think it's $45 for a pickleball tennis permit. So once these courts come online, that would be included in that $45.
Thank you, Bill.
Sure.
Bill, thanks for everything. I always tell you, my kids spend way too much time at the community center. All of our Saturdays usually spent there. So thank you for all that you do and all that your staff does. While I have you, just want to put a plug in for maybe next summer, if there's any way to have before camp hours. I imagine that's difficult staffing and or logistics wise, but just want to put a plug in for some.
Yeah, thank you for that. I mean, that's something that we have I've heard a number of residents asking for that. It is a bit of a challenge to try to staff that, but if we can look at that further and try to make that happen, because I know that is of a great that parents need that, and if we can do something to help the parents as far as taking care of their children during the summer for these moments, that might be something we look at. So it's not off the table for sure, and I promise I'll take a look at that.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Bill. And again, appreciate all that you do. Thanks so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
you,
you for
Bill.
joining us.
All right. Have a good evening, everyone.
Thank you, Bill. Any liaison reports?
No.
Nope. Public comment on agenda items. Visitors shall be accorded to 1 4-minute opportunity to address the board on any of the resolutions on the agenda. Not seeing nobody online.
Nobody in the audience.
Board resolutions, approval of minutes, May 27, 2025. Resolve that the town board of Town of Austining hereby accepts the May 27, 2025 minutes of the regular meeting as presented. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of minutes, June 3rd, 2025 special meeting. Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Austining hereby accepts the June 3rd, 2025 minutes of the special meeting as presented. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of voucher detail report. Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Austining hereby approves the voucher detail report dated June 10, 2025 in the amount of $703,767. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Personnel appointment, Parks Department, resolved that the Town Board of Town of Austining appoints Rafael Batista Ribeiro Austining to the provisionary full-time position of Parks Groundskeeper, Step 1, effective June 11, 2025, at the prorated rate, annual rate of $7,175. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Roll call.
Resolution for the Harriet Tubman Underground Railroad New York Scenic Byway nomination and Cordier Management Plan adoption. Whereas the historic qualities of the Harriet Tubman Underground Railroad New York Scenic Byway as described in the Cordier Management over a century by the residents of the New York State, as well as tourists, historians, artists, authors, and other visitors to the region. And it is unique combination of the journeys of Harriet Tubman and those freedom seekers who traveled on the Underground Railroad to create the special sense of place that is vital in telling the New York story of the human desire for freedom and the historic sites they utilized during their journey to emancipation. And whereas the steering committee of the Harriet Tubman Underground Railroad New York Scenic Byway, composed of representatives of 22 municipalities along the proposed scenic byway route, committed to working cooperatively to protect and promote the historic, scenic, recreational, and economic well-being of the 544-mile corridor throughout the state, and agreed to pursue the nominations of the Harriet Tubman Underground Railroad New York Scenic Byway. And whereas under the leadership of the Harriet Tubman Underground Railroad New York Scenic Byway Steering Committee, each of the 22 counties contributed to the development of this corridor management plan by encouraging public participation, confirming the visions and goals, and leading individual meetings of the collaborative. And whereas the steering committee of the Harriet Tubman Underground Railroad New York Scenic Byway consists of relatives of Harriet Tubman, descendants of freedom seekers, Harriet Tubman and/or Underground Railroad historians, representatives from state and federal agencies, has strengthened the historic integrity, representation, and the principles of the corridor management plan. And whereas in the process of developing this corridor management plan, the Harriet Tubman Underground Railroad New York Scenic Byway Steering Committee has strengthened the bond of the intermunicipal cooperation, and the involved entities envision further benefit through scenic byway designation, including sustained collaborative progress, increased funding opportunities, recommendations identified in the plan, enhanced partnerships with agencies responsible for the stewardship of resources along and adjacent by the byway route, and an improved visitor experience that interprets and promotes the corridor's intrinsic qualities and resources. And now therefore be it resolved that the town of Austining supports the designation of the Harriet Tubman Underground Railroad New York Scenic Byway, which includes programs of stewardship and enhancement of the historic scenic byway and guidance to manage future activities along its corridor. And be it further resolved that the town of Austining confirms that they will not approve any request for new off-premise outdoor advertising signs along the designated Harriet Tubman Underground Railroad New York Scenic Byway route. And be it further resolved that the town of Austining will work in partnership with the other municipalities along the Harriet Tubman Underground Railroad New York Scenic Byway and local and regional stakeholders in order to support future byway programs, economic development, marketing, and collaborate with these interested entities to explore opportunities for cooperation to realize the scenic byway goals. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Mark.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution Local Law Number 3, 2025 amends to Chapter 188 of the Town Code to reduce speed limit on a portion of Stormytown Road. Whereas the Austining Union Free School District has represented that the town board enacts the local law reducing the speed limits in Stormytown Road in the vicinity of the end M. Dormer Middle School from 30 miles per hour to 15 miles per hour in connection to certain improvements the school district will be implementing to the school and enhance safety of insurance distance are met. And whereas the town board held duty notice public hearing on the legislative session on Tuesday, May 27, 2025, and the members of the public having the opportunity to attend and be heard, the public hearing was closed on May 27, 2025. And whereas this local law has been on the desk of the members of the town board for at least 7 days exclusive Sunday prior to the adoption of this resolution. And now therefore be resolved that the town board hereby issues a negative rate declaration pursuant to the State Environment Quality Review Act, determining this action will not have a significant adverse environment impact in reducing the spill limit will increase safety, and be resolved that, and before the result that the town board, after due deliberation, finds that the furtherance of the safety, health, and well-being of the persons and property in the town and its best interest of the town to adopt said local law, and the town board hereby adopt local law number 3 of 2025, and before the resolve to the town clerk is directed to enter said local law in the minutes of this meeting in the local law book for the town of Ossining, to publish that meeting in the newspaper published in the town, if any, on the such newspaper published in the county, if which such town may be located having a circulation in such town. An affidavit of said publication shall be filed with the town clerk and filed with a copy of the said local law with the Secretary of the State of New York. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
It's going to be a roll call.
Oh, right.
Oh, sorry.
Councilmember Meyer,
Aye.
Councilmember Manicchio,
Aye.
Councilmember Filterwheel,
Aye.
Councilmember White,
Aye.
Supervisor Feldman.
Aye.
Thank you. Resolution tax authority settlement our 10th Borough Properties INC be resolved that the recommendation of town assessor and town council and finding it to be the best interest into the town board accept the settlement of the tax authority proceeding pending as Artus Borough Property INC, the assessors of town of Ossining, Westchester County Supreme Court, index number 63594 of 2021, the property located at 22 Rockledge Avenue, section 97, block 15-3-17, and set forth if the proposed consent judgment covering the assessment year 2021 and 2024, with the case challenging the 2022 and 2023 assessments being discontinued by prejudice, with the total town refund of $112.55 in this 2025 school district tax bill to be adjusted to be agreed upon 2024 assessed value, and the 2025 assessed to be set per consent judgment, and be further resolved that the town supervisor, town assessor, town receiver of taxes, town controller, town council, and other relevant staff are authorized to take necessary and appropriate action to execute file process and make payments to aforementioned settlement. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town zoning board resignation, David O'Neill. Resolved that the town board hereby accept the resignation of David O'Neill, Ossining from his 5 years terms of the town zoning board. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Town planning board architectural review board appointment, David O'Neill. Resolved that the town board appoints David O'Neill, Ossining, to the town planning board architectural review board for the 5-year term set to expire on December 31st, 2029. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
So we had an opening on our planning board, and David has shown himself to be a great asset with his architectural knowledge and his general knowledge on the zoning board. So we're moving him to the planning board, ready for the projects that are coming up. So all in favor?
Aye.
And we thank him for being willing to do the additional service.
Correspondence to be received and filed. Resolved that the town board of town of Ossining hereby accept the following correspondence: planning board minutes, April 16, 2025. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Monthly report. Resolved that the town board of town of Ossining hereby accepts the following monthly reports of the month of May 2025. Dell Cemetery, Supervisor's Office, and Tax Receiver. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Visitor recognition. Visitors shall be accorded 1 4-minute opportunity to address the board on issues not related to the agenda, but relevance of common good of the town. Do we have anybody online? Anybody? Yep. Coming up, please. Please state your name and your address.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Caden Rosny. I'm a junior at the high school. I live at 13 Hillcrest Avenue, Ossining, New York. Am I good?
You can lift
Yeah,
it up if
go
you
ahead.
want.
Just over a year ago today, this board unanimously passed a resolution for the town of Ossining to officially adopt the IHRA working definition of anti-Semitism. According to this definition, it is anti-Semitic to call Israel a racist state. Israel, the state which passed a law in 2018, which holds that Jewish people alone are the only ethnic group in the state with the right to self-determination, at the same time holding that Jewish settlement, as in settlement of people's homes in the West Bank, is a core national value. What kind of state, other than a racist one, would uphold the rights of one ethnic group, all while it expands relentlessly into land that people have lived on for generations? After this resolution was passed, there was pressure from activist groups such as Westchester for Palestine and Jewish Voice for Peace, a Jewish-led local organization which rejects Zionism, to change this decision. However, as far as I can tell, this board did not respond to their concerns. Instead, a week later, there was a large rally in our own Market Square accusing these groups, including the Jewish-led group, of anti-Semitism. No response to the concerns that were brought up at our original rally. It was labeled a hate demonstration. It is absolutely unacceptable in my mind for our own community leaders to label this criticism as anti-Semitism and ignore the outcry of their own constituents. I would like to once again call for a reversal of this decision, as we did 1 year ago, and the adoption of a more equitable definition of anti-Semitism, which does not include valid criticism as bigotry. Thank you. That's all.
Okay, thank you. Your opinion is noted.
Thank you.
All right. Any other visitors?
Anybody else would like to speak? No? Okay. Do I have
I have a motion to adjourn to
executive session for
executive session for
advice of council?
advice of counsel, contracts, and personnel.
So moved.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Okay, our next meeting will be 4th. Right, it's grievance day, so it'll be the 24th. Meeting on the 24th here at the courthouse. Thank you very much for joining us.